Chapter 4. The Tattletales have a brainstorm. Across town, the Tattletales were having a meeting. Thecla Mustard was the Empress of the Tattletales, and the meeting was at her house. She sat cross-legged on her canopy bed like the Queen of Sheba. The other girls were sprawled on the bubblegum pink carpet. They looked as if they were lounging in a square puddle of Pepto-Bismol. "I should like to call this meeting to order," said Thecla. "Shall I take attendance?" "We're all here," Thecla said Lois Kennedy III. Lois hated that Thecla always got voted Empress, so Lois enjoyed working hard to be a constant pain in Thecla's imperial neck. "All 7 of us are here," said Lois. "What's this meeting all about anyway?" "In class today," said Thecla, "the copycats presented us with a perfect opportunity to prove, once and for all, that girls are superior to boys. We'd be lazy lumps if we didn't take advantage of it." The girls didn't know what she meant. Fawn yawned and began to tease her hair with a comb until she looked like a double helping of cotton candy, complete with braces. "Allow me to explain. Believe in ghosts boys today admitted that they believe in ghosts. Did you ever hear anything more ridiculous in your lives?" "Boys are such infants," said Sharday Wren. "Such babykins," said Nina Bueno. "Get out the pacifiers," said Anna Maria Mastrangelo. "Heat up the baby formula," said Lois Kennedy III. "Buy some extra large Pampers," said Carly Garfunkel. "Boys are so pea-brained," said Fawn Petros, working her hair to a froth. "Today," said Thecla, "we are faced with a great chance both to scare the boys and to show them how ridiculous they are. I mean, really. Ghosts. That's like believing in the Tooth Fairy." "I believe in the Tooth Fairy," said Fawn. They all stared at her hopelessly. "Look, when you got braces, you gotta believe in something," said Fawn in a small voice. "The Tooth Fairy puts 50 cents under my pillow every Saturday night as long as I have these stupid braces on. Don't knock it." Thecla tried hard to be kind. Since she had had so little practice at this, she flubbed it. "Fawn, you little idiot, the Tooth Fairy is your mother or father. Grow up." Fawn ran from the room. She sobbed in the bathroom as if she'd just learned that the Tooth Fairy had been drilled to death by an insane dentist. "Thecla," interjected Lois, "your being elected Empress doesn't give you permission to be nasty." Thecla believed the proper thing to do with Lois was ignore her, so that's what Thecla did. She continued speaking as if Lois hadn't interrupted. "Here's my idea," said Thecla. "Let's dress up as ghosts and haunt those boys. They'll be scared out of their pants. And then we'll laugh good and hard when we tell them it was just us." "But how do we haunt them?" asked Carly. "I have the vision thing. You work out the details," said Thecla loftily. "Have a brainstorm, girls. Throw out some ideas." "Boys like psycho murderers," said Nina. "They like chainsaw massacres and stuff like that. Could we be a ghostly chainsaw chain gang?" "Too bloody," said Thecla. "Let's not stoop to their level of crudity. We are girls, after all, noted for our high-class manners and better brains." "How about alien monster ghosts?" said Anna Maria. "We could be green slimy phantoms from another universe." "Costumes of slime are hard to get hold of," said Thecla. "We could check at that store over in the Ethantown Mall. What's it called?" "The Slime of Our Lives," said Carly. "No, they don't have slime costumes. I know because my sister works there and I went to look. I wanted to be Slime Sister for Halloween, but I couldn't find a costume. I'll have an idea though. Why don't we dress up as the ghosts of the 7 Siberian snow spiders who terrorized us last month? The ghost of a spider? Interesting, said Thecla. Possibly. We'd have to cover ourselves with lengths of white gauze, which I think I could get from my dad's shop. But perhaps a white ghostly spider the size of one of us would look like a small shrub covered with snow. On the whole, we don't care to look much like small shrubs. Except for Fawn, when she teases her hair that way. "Well," said Lois, "with all due respect, Thecla, I think we're barking up the wrong tree. I think we should punish those boys for the stereotyped way they think about girls. Did you hear what they said? Gossip and soap operas and fussing with clothes? Not me. Nor, by the way, am I sugar and spice and everything nice, as you paint us girls. She stuck out her tongue and crossed her eyes and made a gross sound by sticking her right hand up in her armpit and squeezing her arm down. The girls all cheered and clapped, except for Thekla, who was both insulted and upstaged. But Thekla wasn't the empress of the tattletales for nothing. She could recognize a good idea when she heard one. Maybe you have a point, Lois, said Thekla. The boys think we're fashion ninnies. They think we're simpering gutless bimbos. They think in stereotypes. Why don't we make fun of their old-fashioned ideas and scare them at the same time? What are you talking about? Speak English, girl, said Sharday. Let's haunt those boys with their own images of us. Sugar and spice and everything nice. And what else did Hector Yellow say? Fussing with hairdos and makeup and clothes, shopping and gossip and soap opera shows? Ha! Let's give them what they think we are and terrify them at the same time. We'll out Dolly Parton. Thekla Mustard was on a roll. We'll be loud and rude and have hair the size of Mount Rushmore. We can pretend to be the ghosts of 6 ladies who got killed when their Vermont Fall Foliage Tour minivan crashed into the quarry. We'll scorch them with those old-fashioned notions of girls as slaves to fashion. What do you say? Just then Fawn Petros came back from the bathroom. At first glance, it appeared that an attacking porcupine was standing upright on top of her head. But it was just that after she had finished crying she had teased up her hair some more. Violet, said Thekla, pointing at Fawn. Exhibit A. She looks like the bride of Frankenstein getting electrocuted. I rest my case. I see it. I get it. We can be the haunted hairdos, screeched Anna Maria. We'll scare those boys bald. The vote was 7-0. Even Fawn voted to be a haunted hairdo, and she didn't even know what they were talking about.